I'm tired of living in a second best inheritance when Jesus has shown us that we have an inheritance of life. There are three things I kind of want to take away from this passage, and the first of this is life is our inheritance in a very literal sense. Life is our inheritance. Jesus said to her, I am the resurrection and the life. The one who believes in me will live even though they die, and whoever lives by believing in me will never die. Do you believe this? Jesus acts as the role of the Father in this story where he comes and he raises Lazarus from the dead. And if Jesus did this and he says, do what I do, then what are we supposed to do? We have an inheritance of life. I love that Jesus acts like the Father, but Jesus is always this in the Gospels. He's always what we were always supposed to be before the fall. And he's also what we are supposed to be as a new creation. He is the example of what we are supposed to be as a new creation. And so Jesus in this moment acts like the Father, but he also acts how a new creation is supposed to act when death is in the room, which is that he has the life, the resurrection life, and through him and by him, life will be made known. And so if that is the case, death has no power for a new creation. Death has no power for a new creation. Because Jesus hasn't given us an inheritance to heal the sick. He's given us an inheritance of life and life to the full. And not just to live in that life, but to see it at work to other people. Our inheritance is life. In the face, Jesus died on the cross so that death was defeated. In the face of him defeating death, what is sickness to him? Like compared to him defeating death, what is sickness? Compared to him defeating death, what is bondage? Compared to him defeating death, what is strongholds of the enemy? Compared to him defeating death, what is a mind with depression or a mind that is addicted? It is nothing compared to what he has done when he defeated death, because death is the causality of sin, which Jesus overcame with his blood on the cross. And when he rose again, he showed that it was done. And not just that it was done, that it is given to us. It is given to us. I'm tired of letting my temperament be the thing that stops what God has called me to do. Because Jesus has commanded me to do things, and if I let my temperament stop me from doing it, if I sit in a second best inheritance, then I cannot give the life that he has commanded me to give as a new creation in him, which is the life that he gave me first. I'm tired of leaving that as an excuse. He commanded, go and heal the sick. He commanded, go and tell them about me. He said to the church, prophesy. He said to the church, praise my name that I may be glorified. Regardless of temperament. One of the things that I find really interesting is God tends to call people whose job isn't what they call them to be. Think of Gideon. He was a farmer and God called him to be leading an army. Those two don't work together, right? Time and time again, God calls someone past what they can do in the natural to do what only he can do in the supernatural. And we are called to live in the supernatural, not the natural. If Jesus conquered death, then we're not living and we're not sitting on this earth waiting for something to come. We are here to be active agents of his life-giving power to those around us. It's time to stand strong in his life. Not sit back and sit in the natural.